Hi, I'm John DeWorkin.
And I'm Sunnie Harmon, and we're with Lobby SC, a pro-business lobbying firm, back to talk to you about what happened the third week of the legislative session here in South Carolina.
So the big news this week, really, Sunny, I think, was a State of the State address given by Governor Henry McMaster.
And he had a huge emphasis on economic development, naming a lot of large projects that happened in 2023, breaking the previous records of economic development projects.
Yeah.
Of course, that was in 2022, since we just started off 2023.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's right. So 120 projects announced in 2022, creating over 14,000 jobs and $10 billion in capital investment, which is a very, very big deal. A couple of those projects, Redwood invested $3.5 billion. That is a state record. BMW invested announced a $1.7 billion investment in Woodruff and Spartanburg, and that is the second largest announcement ever. And then we've got folks like Bosch that announced a combined $460 million, one in Anderson, one in Dorchester County. So big deal.
South Carolina is definitely open for business, and Governor McMaster made it clear that that's a priority of his, which goes along well because that's a priority also that the new Speaker, Merle Smith, has made on the House side too.
That's right. And you know, South Carolina is known for its foreign direct investment, and we quadrupled our foreign direct investment from the previous year. So that's a big deal in the state of South Carolina. So some of the other economic development initiatives that the governor talked about, just some line items here: $500 million that allow the Department of Commerce to take care of some obligations, some big deal obligations from last year. $200 million, this is a big one, $200 million that will allow the department to identify and secure mega industrial sites. We've heard a lot about that.
That's very important. That's what some of Georgia, I think, has been getting some huge projects with their industrial sites. So that'll help South Carolina become more competitive.
Yeah, no kidding. And then a lot of support for our rural areas too. $300 million remaining in ARPA funds that can be used for sewer and water projects. And then this is also that's all a big deal, but $800 million to continue speeding up road projects. So you're going to see a lot more orange barrels. That's good news. Also to repair or repave local roads and then fix over 400 bridges. So big deal infrastructure.
And then one of the biggest emphasis in the governor's speech as well was teacher pay and teacher pay increases. So he declared this year to increase those starting salaries to $42,500, and then also said by 2026 his goal is to increase the starting salary for a teacher to $50,000. So really have come a long way with increasing teacher salaries. Since Governor McMaster became governor, we were below the Southeast average, and now we're above the Southeast average.
Yeah, I think we're even, and I think this will get us above. Right. I think is what he said. So, so that was really the big news. Couple other things going on. Judicial and college election, university board of trustee and judicial elections were set for February 8th.
And then of course we have a Supreme Court justice who is retiring, so that's really the biggest seat up for elections right now.
That's right.
And then also the Senate continued to debate school choice this week, but on Thursday they did vote to set a time certain, which means that on Tuesday that debate will come to a close. They will get second reading. The proponents will have 8 amendments.
We assume they will, but yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what they voted on. The proponents would only have 8 amendments, and the opponents would only have 8 amendments. And then there's a time, 5 minutes for and 5 minutes against each of those. So expect second reading for that bill. That's something that the Senate has been debating for a couple of weeks now. And then after that, they're expected to move on to the Certificate of Need debate.
That's right. And then the House Ways and Means Committee, really the House is doing a lot of committee work, and then the House Ways and Means Committees and their subcommittee level working with state agencies, formulating that budget, getting ready for February 21st when the full committee will hear the budget. So always a lot going on at your state house. That's just kind of some of the highlights this week, Sunny.
Thank you for tuning in, and if you need more information, you can find us at lobbysc.com.
Have a great weekend.